Sometimes Nigeria can also be like a very big setback for you. Being in Nigeria,
But
Nigeria,
your tongue and a mindset. Oh, sometimes it's a mindset though. Your friend is doing it to other people and you think they will not do it to you. You're bound to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself over it so much. Growth is constant.
I mean, we are still in the process of becoming her. Like, we wouldn't say, oh, you are her already. I'm her, Sha. Are you her?
I am. Comparison is a theft of joy, but at least you know you're not doing well.
It does not align with what my friends want, and if they constantly make you feel guilty for choosing yourself first. We get there. We will not fuck anybody.
You know that girl on TikTok?
Which girl?
Just Ada.
Now that she's now making waves on TikTok now, like she's now getting followers, getting branches and everything. Now they're like, let me get start posting on TikTok. Because I was about thinking it like, oh, I'm not getting the views I want. Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It's not to just be creating the videos, actually putting it out there. You want to become. Ask like the person you want to become. If you want. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Jess and Guess. So in today's episode, we have another new guest on our channel, and please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Kene and my friends call me Kay. I am a student, also an entrepreneur who is interested in technology.
In today's episode, we are talking about something every woman faces but doesn't always speak on: self-growth, leveling up, and the hard truths behind it. So I'm going to be asking our guests today some questions on self-growth, leveling up, just everything you need to know on becoming her. So are you ready?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the first question is, what is self-growth to you? Like, what would you define as self-growth beyond what social media portrays it to be?
Personally think self-growth is evolving, finding purpose, and growing, becoming a better version of you. That's what self-growth means to me.
Social media makes self-growth looks like it's a glow up kind of, you know how to see on social media, people are saying, oh, becoming her, self-growth, or we're leveling up. It's kind of aesthetics. I don't know if you get, but like, kind of make it look aesthetic, and I don't think self-growth is something that should be aesthetic. It's not comfortable. Self-growth is an uncomfortable phase of one's life. It's really messy, I feel like, but on social media they just make it feel like it's some kind of aesthetic kind of way to do stuff and level up. What do you think of the way social media portrays self-growth to be like the average person we see on social media, the way people are leveling up, buying cars, doing this, like living an aesthetic life, and feel like that is self-growth to them?
You know the way they say inner beauty, yeah? I think that's what self-growth is all about. It's all about what is coming out from the inside, and not about materials or physical things material things that you're able to purchase or get. It might be part of it, it might be a result of it, but I don't think that's the main thing. I think it is the content of your values, your everything from within.
So do you think the way social media portrays it is actually how it is in real life, the whole becoming her kind of thing?
Social media is not reality. I mean, that's why social media. So I think it might be part, like I said, it's part of it, but my opinion, it's not totally it.
What do you think is the hardest truth about personal growth that nobody really talks about?
Well, I think one of them should be that you're going to unknowingly detach from people, your friends, your previous friends, or isolate kind of. You would not just be as close as you used to be to your friends before, and it's not going to happen because you want it to. It's going to happen unknowingly. When people say I'm not your mate, it's not like you're going to say I'm not your mate, but gradually you people start realizing that, oh, this one is no longer my mate, and this my friend is just growing, and you gradually start outgrowing your regular friends. Things you used to see as fun might no longer be that fun to you. You might see them as an unnecessary lifestyle or event. It's like adulthood is hitting you like bam.
How do you break free from an old version of you without feeling like you are lost?
Breaking free from an old version of you without feeling lost. I think I think with time, over time, you'd feel lost. You'd feel like you don't know what you're doing with your life. And I think that feeling will eventually come, which is a part of the process, in my own opinion. So I think we all should just find peace with it and joy with it and give yourself grace and know, oh, I'm just a growing child. I mean, you've not done life before, so you're just a growing
your first time living.
Exactly. So give yourself the grace that you're bound to make mistakes, and also, you know, while making the mistakes, learn from it.
What is one habit you did that boosted your confidence in your self growth? I mean, we're still growing, we're still evolving as human, and we're still trying to become her. So, what's one habit that you are doing or you've done that boosted your confidence in the whole self growth,
Journey.
thing? Yeah, self growth journey.
Okay, I think one of it should be mindset. I think life is all about mindset.
Yeah.
All those names you're going to see, say hunger and a mindset. Oh, sometimes it's a mindset though, because it's just because your mind is not to sound like all those motivational speakers or anything, but I think life is just all about mindset. If you say you are this, you are that, and also that is what you think about yourself, or what you make yourself look like, is the same way people see you. They don't see you as what you don't portray yourself as.
Yeah.
When you say, "Oh, I want to become this type of I want to become this type of body," and small, you be buying those type of clothes, looking the type, doing the okay, they used to have 3 piercings, and you go and do the 3 piercings. Gradually, people would start saying you like as
Because people tend to mirror like you the same way you've seen yourself. Wherever you see yourself, they perceive it and kind of treat you that way.
precisely.
Yes, because if you like, for people that lack confidence and everything, people can easily detect that, oh, you lack confidence, can now treat you like shit. But if someone that is actually very bold,
Yeah.
like you can speak up to people, you can face people, they won't want to treat you anyhow.
Yeah.
But I just think that whole thing about mindset is actually true, because anyhow you just portray yourself, that is exactly how people are going to treat you. So if you're treating yourself like shit and expect people to treat you like not shit, that's not going to happen.
Having in mind that I'm doing it the right way, even when I'm not. I don't know how to explain this, but even when going with that should I say low confidence level, you're doing something, let me say you're washing this plate now, you're asking somebody, am I washing it right? Am I washing it right? And it doesn't make
You won't feel confident.
Yes,
enough.
you
So if
don't.
the person say, oh, you're not washing it right, even if you're washing it right, you just assume you're not washing it right.
Yes, even when you're not washing it right, assume you are washing it right.
Then you can get corrections along the way.
Exactly, and then don't push out the corrections when it's coming. So when the corrections come, you still join it, but at first don't ever imagine that you're doing it the wrong way. Just do it do it anyway it comes.
So it just boils down to mindset, having the right mindset and doing the things you're supposed to do and be open to corrections, because you might not be doing it, but if you're not confident doing the things you want to do, you just feel like everything you're doing is like really off, even if you're doing it the right way or anything.
Yeah.
And if you now meet somebody that is with that same low scarcity mindset, the person would want to now make you feel like you're not doing enough, even if you're doing enough. So everything just boils down to mindset. Okay, so how do you know when it's time to let go of certain people or situations?
Well, I think one of the ways to know is to be self-aware. You are self-aware of what you have become or what you intend to become. So when I think when people now act, when people behave, and you just be like, that this one is definitely not part of God's plan for me. God did not send this type of friend, like God did not send this type of human being on earth to be my friend. This one cannot be my friend. So I think it's coming self-aware of who you are, and if that person, when people talk and be like, like when people, you've heard those type of things they say, so your friend is doing it to other people and you think they will not do it to you. So when people talk and you're like, this one is very evil though, and you just be like, that's not somebody I really want to associate with though. So I think that's one of the practical steps.
And or when they constantly try to downgrade your whatever idea you have, especially if you're not in the same line. Even as friends, we have like different paths and everything.
Yeah.
So because you're doing a particular thing and your friend's not doing that thing, they want to.
They'll give you.
Why are you doing this thing?
And they give you so much negative energy.
Yes, negative energy that it starts to affect you, affect your mindset, trying to bring you down. And some people do that on purpose. People try to bring their friends down, and it can just be with mere words.
Because how do they even know that what you're doing is not going to work out in the end? I mean, all of us, we are doing life for the first time.
At the end
but they just imagine that.
They might just, from their own point of view, people experience things differently, and it just boils down to whatever you are exposed to. Exposure. If you're not exposed to certain things, they'll just feel like, oh, what's this one doing? It might know that, oh, this will work out for me, but them might not be aware that it can work out because they're not exposed to something like that. So that they now try to, bring down whatever idea you have, or sometimes it might not be their fault, but because you want better for yourself, you don't want this kind of negative mindsets around you and everything. You just have to let them go or something. Yeah. What do you think? What if they're not aware of what they're doing? They're unconsciously, doing these things.
One day they'll become aware, and by then you're far gone, because you must not be friends with everybody. You must not be. And I mean, friendships it's not a do or die affair, in my own opinion. If the friendships are taking the toll on you, then why
dump it?
I mean,
but it's not going to be as easy as for your own better
for your mental health.
Yeah, leave the friendship. Have you ever struggled with the feeling of being stuck in life? Like you feel like you're not moving forward, you're just stuck in a particular place, no progress or anything. If you've ever felt that way, how did you overcome it?
I feel like that all the time.
You feel stuck all the time?
Not all the time, but sometimes. So I realized that one thing that happens to that brings about that is, I think, social media
comparison.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like it's giving you the level for it's giving you the measurement for your own living, which is not supposed to be. So one method that has helped me was cancelling out the noise. Sometimes I might isolate ghosts and try to know if I'm fitting into my own personality and not trying to become somebody else, because sometimes you feel like you're stuck, you're not doing well because your friend did this or somebody on social media did this. But I mean, in the actual sense, that's not what you want for yourself. But it's a general human feeling. So you just measure your own growth level and be sure that you're doing things that you're supposed to do and not wanting to. I don't know how to explain it.
Speaking of social media comparison, I've talked about this whole comparison thing in one of my Just and Guest episodes. I spoke about this whole. I feel like sometimes as humans we consume social media negatively, because we're bound to compare some people's lives to our own, and that's just the problem. Comparison, I don't think, just like they said, comparison is the theft of joy, and that's there's nothing truer than that word.
There's this thing. The way you said it now, it just reminded me of something that I saw one time. I've forgotten who said it. It said comparison is a theft of joy, but at least you're not doing well.
No, that's the thing about comparison. Even if you are doing well, people have times and seasons. That's what we have to But the moment you understand that there's times and seasons for everything, but your timeline is different from another person's time. Like it's like having your 40s, like when you make it.
I know, but some
having your 40s, but you'll be comparing to their own timelines in their 20s or something. But obviously people everybody wants to make it in their 20s. Everybody wants to become successful, want to have money and everything, but in reality it's not going to be possible. It's not going
but sometimes your own self might be on things like the person might be in their things, but now them use their hands, just use themselves waiting they do them. Do you understand?
Make me understand.
Okay, now them use their hands do themselves waiting they do them, as far now them use their hands to spoil their life.
That one too happens. I'm talking about when you are making progress, you're doing stuff to better your life. Not like you're just
while you're not doing now. You're not doing. You're not. The person is not doing.
That is different. So that's not doing anything to better your life. I don't feel like if you're comparing yourself to other people, you're not doing anything to better your own life. You keep comparing, you will not even learn that comparison.
I think that's where that better phrase comes.
So you feel like you're not doing anything to better your life.
I'm not talking about me. I'm making a general sense.
I'm just saying people. This one is people that are actually making progress, little effort or any kind of effort to just make their life better, and maybe they're seeing little to no progress, but they now start to compare their life with people that have made it or something. They now start to like that. Where that whole comparison is coming from, like social media, people are not going to put out their bad life on social media. They're going to put out the good parts, whatever is going to make people like, oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that. They won't put out their debt or something. They won't put out them owing people or the things that they've done in secret that they're not really proud of. They would want to see what people are proud of. So I'm just saying this thing based on social media comparison, comparing your life with another person online. So it's people that are not doing anything with their life and they keep comparing with others. They'll compare till they die. In fact, people that are actually like making efforts to make their life better. When to start comparing it with somebody, you just feel like your efforts are worthless, they're useless, you're not doing anything with your life, and that just happens when you start comparing. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
For people that are not really doing anything with their life.
And that's when I think that's where that phrase comes in. Comparison is a theft of joy, but at least you know you're not doing well.
But the moment you realize you're not doing well, that's when you now want to, try to do well. Because if you realize you're not doing well, you're not doing anything about it, who are you going to blame about that? Nobody. So it's just to hope the person realizes it and act on it.
Yeah.
How do you deal with people that makes you feel guilty for evolving, like trying to level up, trying to do certain things with your life to better your life, and they make you feel guilty for it? How do you deal with it?
Cancel out the noise. Just the way you cancel out the positive one, cancel out the negative noise too, because.
But it's not as easy. I was say that your closest friends, but they just don't align with your goals and everything. And when to start, maybe okay, let's just even say that you people are like these friends that like to party, drink, smoke, and everything. I just like, oh, I want to withdraw and actually take my life very seriously. I want to reduce these things. I want to, take life seriously.
Yeah.
And then that's to be like, what you're not trying to like leave us behind, or what? Are you trying to say I want to take my life seriously? You're trying to say I want to do better for ourselves. That makes us to start feeling guilty for trying to better yourself. How do you deal with that? And it's not just as easy to just say, oh, you cut them off. They're probably your like paddy since God knows when or something.
Just like withdrawing from things that gradually you start doing it. Let me say you're addicted to something. I did once in 1 week, 3 times in I'm sorry, let me say like 4 times in a month. And I start doing 3 times in a month, down to 2 times in a month. And I think that's how it's going to be from withdrawing.
I can say withdrawing from the friends or something.
Yeah, withdrawing from the friends.
Okay, so you think it's just to withdraw from them, but not a lot of people can find it easy to withdraw from their friends, people that you've known. If you're serious about self-growth, I feel like there are certain decisions that you can make that you won't be comfortable with.
Yeah.
That you just have to do it because you have to do it, not because of it's. You have to now put emotions aside and
you just have to be evil first. Necessarily. You have to develop
it's not going to be the easiest thing to
evil,
do.
but yeah, you have to be that's a necessary action to take. And
the thing about doing this thing, you have to have your mind made up to actually cut these things out. Because if you're sitting, oh, should I, you might kind of fall back to being the person you don't want to be.
Yeah, and when you let your emotions get over you, because when people continuously talk and say, oh, they want to make you feel bad for maybe not wanting to really associate with them like that again, and you let your emotions override you and say, it's like this thing I'm doing to my friends is not good, and you go back to them and you do things against your own will. You don't even want to do it. So
yeah, I just think for me,
just to lock up your heart.
Yes, lock up your heart and just set your mind to, okay, I want this for myself. This thing does not align with what my friends want. And if they constantly make you feel guilty for choosing yourself first, yourself growth, yourself.
So they don't even like you, because how would they make you feel guilty for choosing yourself?
They might like you, but that's not just, they do not meet you in that state. So it just feels weird for some people. Not everybody knows about self growth, about trying to level up and everything. So them seeing you, this one is now going to the gym, or this one is now reading books, this one is now trying to do one thing else with her life or with his life. Just like what are you trying to make us feel that we're not stressed our life or what? What kind of that kind of guilty? They start to guilt trip you into thinking that they're now doing something terrible and leaving them behind. But in reality, you are trying to better your own life, and they just want to keep you with them, like in their whole shit and everything. So the other thing is just to, make up your mind to be who you want to be. If you want to if you want to still keep being with them, be with them. If you want to now better your life and not be with them. But there are some friends also, not there are some, they're actually friends that want to see you grow, that want to see you level up, and they will be in support of you.
Because they love you enough.
Yeah. So in as much as there are also friends that are going to see it as a problem, there are still friends that would want to see you actually grow. So just make friends like that. It's not as easy as to find friends like that, but hopefully everybody finds that friend. I'm supposed to see them grow and evolve and be the best version of themselves. So this particular question is kind of still relating to the last one. So the moment you have those type of friends that do not want to see you grow and you kind of ditch them and everything, how would you manage that loneliness that comes with outgrowing that your past life, your past friends, and all of these things?
Lonely at the top, lonely, lonely, lonely. Oh, okay. So I think it's lonely at the top, honestly. It's not as if you're at the top, but okay, I think one way to manage loneliness is also it's like a journey of self-discovery. So I think that's when you start discovering things that make you
But
happy.
is it really lonely at the top?
I think it is.
Maybe for some it could be, but for some it, because the moment you take, it just boils down to the people you are around, because people that, or just find people that align with your goals, that you can take them along with you, like as you're leveling up they're also leveling up. So by the time you get to the top, you're not lonely, because the moment you're just at the top and you're lonely, it's not difficult to now find people that are still within your whatever it is, and they still want to still you, because no matter the top, whatever top you will get to, we still want more, we still want to attain. I don't think there's a particular point you get to and be like, oh, I'm done, I'm finally at the top, no more hustle, no more anything. You get to the top and you still want to keep going at the top, and the moment you are lonely at that top, like, what's this thing? I mean, it's still cool to be lonely and billionaire, rich lonely billionaire.
I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it properly. But I think it's really lonely at the top because most people at that time, like very wealthy people, most people okay, like you said, go with your friends. But I think most people that come to meet them at that point is they're coming to meet them for who they are and benefit from them, or
and you probably find your fellow rich person, which you obviously want to find because of the whole, you tend to be more attracted to people that are your level. And they might just be based on maybe business wise, not like personal relationship with, oh, you can be yourself with this person,
exactly,
regardless of your wealth. And that's why I just feel like growing with people is actually like one of the best things to do in life. So people might not be able to experience that, which is still fine. But if you can grow with people, it's just different. I feel like it's going to be different than just meeting people. Like, you still meet people at every point in your life, you meet new people and you still have new friends and everything. But it's just different with people that you've known way back and all of that stuff. So if you are probably, you have no friends and everything, it might be lonely at the top, but I don't even know what to say about
at the end of the day. I just hope everybody finds their own person.
Yeah, even if it's at least one person that just makes you, be your best self, even at the lowest, even at your lowest. Because not every time there's going to be just money, 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 money. Sometimes you just want to talk about personal things and just how you feel and everything. For people that have the, money, they still probably want to talk to anybody
about things.
I'm not thinking they want. Okay, they're humans at the end of the day.
Yes. So they want to feel. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, I'm not.
Until we get there, we will not talk to anybody. Because most of that out there, they're living their life, they don't want to talk to anybody or anything.
But I honestly think life gets lonely sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the ways to tackle it is finding what gives you, finding joy and peace within, being okay with like finding joy within yourself, finding things you can do that makes, that question is asking talking stage, what do you do for fun? So, so I think it's at that point you need to practice those things you do for fun.
And maybe from there you now meet people that also align with you.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody, not all your friends have to align with your career goals or anything. So it can just be through maybe the hobbies you do or something. Shall have your friends for doing this, your friends for doing that. But the moment they start to hinder your personal growth, I think that's where the problem starts. What is that one thing in social media people on social media get wrong when it comes to leveling up, becoming her, and choosing yourself?
I think everybody expects things to be done in a particular way
because everybody's doing it like that on social media.
Yeah, and they forget that variety is the spice of life. So I think everybody being able to do their own stuff the different way, that's the beauty in it. That's the beauty of life. You don't why trolling people because they don't give into your type of dressing, they don't, I don't know, but they don't give into your type of aesthetics, or your category of
like we're saying something about in terms of like social media and everything, people that are trying to put themselves out there just because they don't have the aesthetic feeling of, oh, my life is aesthetic enough to put out there. They tend not to put themselves out there because of the whole way social media have portrayed putting, like,
even with the social media standards.
Yes,
and not even the one you
yes,
set
like,
for yourself.
like for you to work out, you have to go to the finest gym. You have to have the finest gym outfit. You have to have the finest headset. So if you don't have these things, you don't want to go and work out and post it online because people online will be like, what is she doing?
But you must not even post it online.
No, I'm talking about people that want to actually now put themselves out there.
Okay.
It's different. But like people want to maybe make content and everything.
True. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so because of the way social media have already, shaped it to be like, if your life is not aesthetic enough, it's not good enough to put out there. And people that are like what do they call that thing? Netizens. So they call people some of the netizens. Okay. They will not feel like just me looking at them, just be like, this one does not have the way we've already the way I see social media. I don't even know how to explain this, but
we can't find the right words.
I can't really find the right word to explain this. You know those videos where people are maybe making videos in their like ugly houses, or those houses are not painted and everything. The comment section is always like,
do you know that girl on TikTok?
Which girl?
Just Ada.
Yeah. You see the people were actually like bashing her when she was making video in her hostel room that was not aesthetic enough for the internet. They were saying, oh, stop this, oh, are you not ashamed of yourself, oh, this, oh, that. But now that she's not making waves on TikTok now, like she's now getting followers, getting branches and everything. Now they're like, let me start posting on TikTok. Have you seen all those comments? I'm like, let me start on TikTok, let me start doing on TikTok.
You must not do things the social media.
Yeah, many of them they were bashing her because of the whole non-aesthetic environment. They don't also have the aesthetic environment.
They catch you.
Yeah, exactly.
Shame wear me.
they felt ashamed for her because of that's the mindset that they have, that you must have the aesthetic places. Because if that was not an issue, why were they bothered that her place was not aesthetic enough for her to make the videos? No. But she did not actually care for those things. Now she has made waves. She has like more than
adjust
200k followers. She's now getting brand deals. And now everything that just that, please reply my DM. After that, put that for me. All those things. At the end of the day, people are going to adjust to whatever you put out there. So trying to live up to their standards of trying to live up to social media standards, you just be putting yourselves in one kind of pressure that you're never supposed to put it.
Pressure.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, just do you and be the best for you, period. How do you stop overthinking and get into action? Like you don't allow overthinking to just cloud your brain and actually do the things you want to do.
I mean, like I said earlier, don't get too scared that you're not doing it the right way. We're all doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And just do it. Just
I mean that's just do it sounds very cliche, like everybody's saying just do it.
Sounds cliche, yeah, but don't do it.
Like there's no other like word you can use rather than just to do it.
Yeah. So if like blocking out the noises and just doing the noise and just doing it. Like I said, like I answered in one of the previous questions about things, maybe things you watch that make you feel like you're not doing well or anything.
Yeah.
Just think that okay, your mindset. Think that you're doing well and well, put in the effort, actually do well, and just do it.
Just do it. Don't overthink it. Just, I mean, there are certain times where this overthinking thing we just want to cloud our brain, cloud our head. But at the end of the day, just leave overthinking for who get that.
Honestly,
I know you get. I know
there's
you
not
get
just
that.
so much. You're just overthinking it. There's not so much attached to it. It's just in your thoughts.
And there's certain things that
By
are
the time
not
you get
within
into
your
action, you
control.
see. Yeah. Yes.
So the moment you just realize that this is not really my control, don't even overthink it because it's of no use. Actually, just do the things you want to do, and it's not as easy. I mean, easier said than done.
Yeah.
Some people overthink so much that they don't even get into action because of overthinking.
Like me.
And everything.
Go call Igwe for me, give me crown.
I think it kind of relates. I had issues. I was overthinking this whole YouTube thing like sometime last week or 2 weeks ago. Like this month, this March month, I did not really upload a lot of YouTube videos like I would usually upload because I was overthinking it like, oh, I'm not getting the views I want, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Instead of me to just be creating the videos, actually putting it out there, I was just overthinking it. I was not out doing. So now that I'm even giving the advice of just do and don't overthink, I need to take the advice of myself too.
And I'm giving it to myself too because next week is when is April?
Next week, yeah.
Next week, yeah. So next week I'm rolling out something new. So
okay,
I'm just
going to about it. Coming about what I try to do.
My secret.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. So how do you rebuild confidence after failure or rejection? Especially like when you've put in your best and everything, you end up failing at it, or you end up getting rejected at something you really wanted. You can mess up your confidence and be like, oh, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? How do you regain confidence after that event?
Oh well. So you know how you act and behave when that your boyfriend that you love so much will push you outside and break up with you. And you ask yourself, am I the problem? Oh well. I think it's just getting into that questioning phase and actually reevaluating yourself and the steps you took or everything that checking reevaluation.
Sometimes things happen, failures can happen, and you just see failure as a stepping stone, not just dwelling in the fact that you.
And it's the lessons you learn from them that makes it a stepping stone.
Yeah, I don't think we should view failure as the end of the world, or view it as, oh, my life is amounting to nothing just because you failed at something, or just because you got rejected at something you really wanted. You just see that, okay, maybe even if it was for you, because I don't, you should stop just saying ourselves that maybe it was not for me. Sometimes you can feel like it is for you, but maybe you just want one thing or the other happen. And
you get that if it's for me to come.
like let's say, okay, let me as example, like by Nigerians, we have this network issue, everything. Your friends are apply for your dream job abroad or this remote work job, and they're like, oh, we can't take you because of you're Nigerian and you have network issue and everything. You feel rejected, but it's not your fault that you're rejected, that you're from Nigeria, because you don't have network issues and you have light issues. You don't want that. I just feel like it's the circumstances that surrounding
you tell a victim of circumstance of what Nigeria
because the fact that they rejected you because you are Nigerian and you don't have light and internet connection, it's not your fault. So you will not start saying, oh, I'm a failure, nobody wants to employ me, it is not.
And just feel like your village people are after you. And that was how I felt when I did something with Mike, and oh my god, and it did not turn out well because that day my network was so bad.
Oh my god,
it was so bad.
Like I saw a video on TikTok where this girl was crying. I think she's like a virtual assistant or something. She said network messed her interview, and they've done like up to 6 interviews before that last one, which was supposed to like get the job, and it was like her highest paying job for that her work and everything, her remote work, and network fucked her up. She went to different places, everybody was bad, no light, and she just started there crying because Nigerian happened to her. But if she has said, oh, I feel rejected, oh, I'm not good enough, it's not going to make any sense, because it's not even her fault that she lost the job because of Nigeria's problem.
That day I almost climbed an Iroko tree. I'm not even lying, I kid you not, because oh my god, that day was crazy because I was losing money and I couldn't stop it because the whole network was very, very, very horrible, and that's very bad. Nigeria doing something, you wake up and find your way out.
Real. So at the end of the day, you just see failure as a stepping stone to success. Don't let failure define you. And I just feel like everybody can be who they want to be. Yeah. But sometimes Nigeria can also be like a very big setback for you. Being in Nigeria as a Nigerian, oh my god, you can have big potentials, and at the end of the day, people have there's everybody has an unfair advantage. Like your advantage can be different from my own advantage. Just because of we live in the same Nigeria doesn't mean like we have the same advantages. Privileges are different. You might have access to good network. Maybe your father is rich and he can buy Starlink for you and everything. Then me that I don't have like the access to good network. I might probably have more ambitions and goals than you, but because you have more privileges than me, you achieve them more than me that have these things. So I feel like your environment is also a factor to becoming who you want to become. Honestly, your environment also, and all the country too. Well, anyways, God will help us in this country because it's not easy out here, to be honest. Like Nigeria is in shambles. Like we are literally going through the worst right now in Nigeria.
Nigerians every eke market day give them mic to talk. Only I mean it's a lot.
Like it's not even funny at this point. Like everything is becoming super expensive. Everything is like I don't even know how can't even say average again. I don't even know how the barest minimum person is surviving. So the people that cannot even, have access, that cannot even provide simple access to the internet. So if you're the kind of person that the person tells you I want to do something with my life or this and that, and you're like, maybe start something online. They don't even have access to internet.
Yeah, there's a difference.
You wouldn't blame the person for not trying to do something with their life because they don't even have access to things that you might have.
Exactly. There's a difference between somebody being lazy and a difference between somebody.
It's just a very thin line because you just feel like other person is lazy, but in reality, the person might not have the opportunities you have, even if it's the littlest opportunity.
For them to actually do that in the effort they need to put in, maybe they will have to stand at a particular spot at a particular time. Oh my god. But I mean, nothing comes easy, they say. So
for some people. Yeah. For some people, Shan.
In the crushing, how do they say in the crushing, God is making a new wine.
That's one thing you will tell your younger self about growth.
I feel like growth is constant. Don't be too comfortable wherever you are. Bound to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself over it so much. Growth is constant, and we'll just keep on evolving.
Yes, growth is constant because I don't think there's any point you get to that you feel like you don't need some certain growth, even if it's the most little thing, an extra knowledge, an extra something that you just need is still growth. Even the littlest thing is still growth. So at the end of the day, growth is constant. We're going to keep growing until the day you stop breathing. You will keep growing. Even as the day goes by, we're getting older each day. So we're still growing. So even in mindsets, in like physically, everything, you will still be growing one way or the other. So growth never stops. So in essence, don't beat yourself up for things that you can't control and just focus on the things that you can control. What is one habit you think every woman should do to develop to elevate her life? Habits that they should, as a woman, we should all develop to, become a better person and evaluate, evolve, and just be the best version of yourself.
I think it should be not being comfortable with mediocrity. Don't be comfortable with the average. Yeah. So I think that's one thing. Having that mindset that you can always be more, knowing that you're doing well, but you can always be more. There is so much more to you. You have so much potentials than to end wherever you are, right? Right now.
Yeah, and to be open to learning too. Don't just be stuck on
that was the other thing I wanted to say, but it skips my mind.
Open to learning, not to be stuck in like a particular place.
Open to taking corrections. Be rigid to learning and still be open to it, because there are some things that there are some new syllables that are not meant for you. But so
because sometimes you just feel like some certain things that we used to believe are, valid maybe some years ago might not be as valid as it was at that time now. So if you're open to learning, you have to discover like certain things, and you have to know that, oh, I have to change my mindset on some particular things. Do you get?
Yeah, so you just have to unlearn.
Yeah, unlearn and learn things. Yeah, so that's it. So that was the last question. We've come to the end of our episode today. There's something you would want to advise like women watching this, or maybe guys in general? People that want to become the best version of themselves. I mean, we are still in the process of becoming her. Like, we wouldn't say, oh, you are her already. I'm her, Sha. Are you her?
I am.
But at the end of the day, we're still like learning things. We're still trying to become our best version.
Everything
of
and more.
Yeah,
what I am. So all that glitters and it's still gold
is exactly exactly. So, is there any advice you have for like people in their 20s that are, that just want to become better and evolve?
I think it's just finding balance, and also knowing that you can be anything you actually imagine to become. It might take time, it might take a while, but I think you can. That's all I have to say. It can be anything you want to become. Think it, you can become it. This sounds so cliche and it sounds so like all those motivational speeches, but let me break it down to you that you wake up and say, I want to be this, I want to live this kind of lifestyle, and step by step you learn how those kind of people live. Gradually you're going to become it. I think that's just like a normal universal law.
Become, or how did they say this thing? Live like the person you want to become. Act like the person you want to become. If you want to be the person that you've always imagined, you act like that person, because you're not going to be that person if you don't start acting like the person. Like, for instance, you want to become a writer. If you don't start writing every single day for at least 30 minutes, you're not going to get good at writing, because thinking about doing something is different from actually doing the thing. So if you want to do something and you've been procrastinating or anything, you're just going to be wasting time, because the moment you start, it's still the same amount of time it will take for you to learn. It will still take, if you start later, or you want to learn something now, it's going to take like 3 months to learn. If you start now, in 3 months you'll be done. If you start in the next 5 years, in 3 months you will be done, just that you've wasted time. So the main thing is just to start what you want to start, do what you want to do, because in as much as we say that there's still time, there is no time. Before you wake up, you're already 50.
Honestly, just wake up, you're 30. I just feel like I was 12 years old.
I just feel like you've not done anything. And that's where that comparison starts to come in. By the time you're just,
and depression might just hit you.
Yeah, so like this particular age, and everybody's like tends, like their life looks all figured out, because I mean, it's something that you don't really know people that
I don't even think anybody has it all figured out.
Yeah, but sometimes you tend to compare our lives to people that theirs look all figured out.
They just know how to manage their lives properly.
But you wouldn't know, because you assume that they have their life figured out. You get. So in our 20s, I feel like we should try everything you can think of. Try it. I'm still giving that advice to myself. Like, try every single thing you want to do, because by the time you're older, you would not probably have the strength to try it, or you'll be regretting not trying this thing when you were much younger. You have so much energy. You have do the things you want to do, basically.
Have the fun you want to do. Try the things you want to do. Every goddamn thing. Because it's better you fail now than you feel like when you have 5 children and they're looking up to you for milk. Fail now that your parents can feed you.
Some people are feeding themselves, so
I know, but even though.
So guys, so that's the end of today's episode. It was really nice having you on here. What do you say to my subscribers?
Oh, thank you for having me, first of all, and it was nice being here.
Okay.
You should subscribe to Jessica's channel.
Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel.
Share and comment.
Yeah, leave a comment, like the video, share to everybody, every single person,
because this video is also helpful.
Yeah, they need to hear everything we've said in this video.
They need to hear us.
Exactly. So thank you for watching this episode of Jess and Guest. I'm going to see you in my next episode.
Bye. Love you all. Bye.